There we go. Welcome everybody to the Get Bit Podcast, the podcast for blurs, for nerds. If you have a fandom, you are most certainly welcome here. We are your hosts, the most, myself, Spartan, of course, Show Guy Joe, to Far Out TV. Gentlemen, it is Friday. It is the weekend. How are we feeling?
I'm still standing, well, sitting, but you get me.
Understandable. Hardest working man in hospital care. Joe, how about yourself?
We'll move on.
Rough all around. I understand. But hey, we made it to Friday. It's always a wonderful thing. And thank y'all for being with us. As you can see, guys, we are a little bit more on the leveled up side. So we do try to watch our language. Also, we do show movie and video game trailers that might be too intense for younger viewers. So viewer discretion is advised aside from that welcome. So it's been a light week. Not really a lot in the news, especially as video games go. But we did actually get some news. A lot of the video games we've been following have been actually giving release dates. We will start with Marvel's Cosmic Invasion. Why? Because two things. They did reveal the final two characters that will be involved in this game, and we finally did get a release date. If you haven't seen the latest trailer, here it is.
Fully charged.
Feel the heat. Phoenix Flame!
Dual repulsor blast.
Turn him up, Genie.
Power flows through me!
Iron cannon. Fire them up, Red. Power cosmic in action.
We are Venom. Vibranium blade.
Taste love!
All right, so that, guys, was the final trailer for Marvel's Cosmic Invasion. As you can see, guys, does come out December 1st this year, so not too long from now. Will be available on Steam, Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, PS5, PS4, and, of course, Xbox. Of course, the last two characters that were revealed was the Phoenix and Iron Man, so we have quite the number of characters that you'll be able to play in Marvel Cosmic Invasion come December 1st, so... fellas, how do we feel about the entire slate now that's been revealed? Well, so far, because we don't know if more characters are going to be added.
I feel like they will add more later on. It's going to be a fun beat 'em up, but I don't know. I feel like we could have left some characters a surprise. I feel like they're just kind of padding the wait until it's actually out, which this is out when?
December 1st.
Okay, so yeah, well, one last little nugget to help, I guess, pad the weight a little bit. So I'm not mad at it.
Oh, I'm definitely looking forward to it. But then again, Dotemu doesn't seem to miss. Like every game that they've done has been a hit. Everybody loves them. They kind of got that reputation now that, hey, if we take on a game, understand it's going to be good. But Joe, what do you think?
Radically 90s.
Definitely.
Yep.
All the way down to the soundtrack, which again I am not complaining about. But let us know what you guys think in the comments. Like we said, comes out not too long from now. It's a game that's literally going to be available on almost every platform, and I know I'm definitely playing it. That almost might be a pre-order, but probably won't do it on Xbox. But I'll explain that one later. But there is another Marvel game, so Marvel Rivals, because we did have Marvel Zombies. They also have a Marvel Zombie season, which I'll let you guys be the judge. If you haven't seen the trailer for the Marvel Zombies, for the Marvel Rivals Marvel Zombies event, here it is.
Time to make the undead dead again. Slice and dice. Vengeance in Spectre's name! Told Spectre I'd carry on his legacy. Time to live up to the promise. I was born ready. Unbounded gods!
So, did we just do PvE mode before even Overwatch 2, which was supposed to be the one that had PvE?
Yes.
Who are the bad guys supposed to be in the PvE for Overwatch? That was always my question. Like the bots you use in training, or because Fortnite started out as a PvE, and then they, I think, Save the World is like officially dead. I think if you own like the original Fortnite disc, you can play it, but if not, they bring it back for like Halloween once a year, and that's it.
Pretty much. But yeah, I think Joe, you do got a point. I think Marvel Rivals did beat Overwatch in giving a PvE mode. So I'm almost certain it happened. But I mean, I'm not against it because with
I'm not against it. I'm just saying it's hilarious that they beat them to their own punch.
Oh, completely agree. But Marvel Zombies with it, I mean, because of Marvel Zombies, their 4-episode event that did happen earlier on Disney Plus, it was bound to be here on Marvel Rivals. Again, not against it. They even brought back Moonblade, so you can't get the Moonblade skin on this. Not sure if it's for free or not. I should have probably checked into that.
I think it is a free update. But yeah, I wish they would have, again, I wish they would have stretched the show out because I think this would have been the last week, or last week would have been.
Yeah.
And then this would have been the nice.
Would have been a perfect streamline into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Would have been a perfect streamline into this. Although, for those who are wondering, that event is actually happening right now. It actually started yesterday on October 23rd. And again, Rivals is available on all platforms: Steam, PS5, Xbox Series X, and of course the Epic Store. But again, I'm not against it. I mean, it looks great. But anything else we want to add to that outside of the fact you get power-ups? You, of course, may or may not get the Moonblade skin for free. We do see a zombified Scarlet Witch, so I got no complaints.
I think it'll be good for the more competitive people, or the less competitive who got scared off initially with how intense this game got in like its first week. So for the people who like, you know, maybe don't like online lobbies for COD, but like zombies, I think this will get them a lot of new players and a lot of maybe some of the audience they lost back.
Yeah. I can see that. Joe, what about you?
I mean, it's not enough to bring me back. I'm still enjoying it a whole lot. When I do get a chance to play it, there's not really a whole lot of room for me to play it right now. I hope we continue with more PvE stuff. Certainly, that's more enjoyable for me than PvP, but you know, that's just how I am. Yeah. It's good timing. They were at least smart to capitalize on the success of Marvel Zombies and it being Halloween.
Yeah.
So that's good on them for striking while the iron's hot. It's still hilarious, like we've both been saying, that they beat Overwatch to their own punch, because that's what Overwatch 2 was supposed to be, was they were supposed to come out with PvE modes that gave story modes for the heroes.
Yeah.
Never happened.
So no, it's a fair point. But yeah, like I said, it looks great. I will probably give it a shot, but I've kind of got a full dance card when it comes to my gaming backlog. But that's another story. But definitely check it out. Like I said, this looks like a lot of fun. But speaking of things that we weren't expecting, and I gotta give Tafari credit for this, he saw this early on Microsoft's site because Microsoft needs some wins right now. I don't know how I feel about this. If you have not seen the Halo Combat Evolved remake, we're going to go ahead and play it at 7 minutes because I want you to hear the team's reasoning behind this game. But yeah, just
before we start this, it's called Campaign Involved, right?
Campaign Evolved, yeah.
Campaign
So
Evolved.
no multiplayer. None of the reason we actually played Halo.
Right.
I wasn't
Campaign
sure.
Evolved.
I didn't know this was 7 minutes. I've just been seeing the little snippets. I didn't realize they did a whole.
Oh yeah, there's a whole.
So-
it's a whole 7 minutes. Those go by pretty quick.
So
But yes,
no
it's campaign
no
involved.
multiplayer, just campaign.
At this moment, it's just campaign.
It's like Modern Warfare Remastered, how they gave you just the story mode, and then they said it'll get multiplayer, maybe.
So
Same-
they
same
don't
way.
want to make money.
I'll tell you, I'll hold that
I
judgment.
don't care how pretty it is, and
No.
and
Not
other
that.
things.
Not that. I want you to listen to how they brought this up, and then you'll come to your conclusion very quickly. I promise.
Halo Campaign Evolved is the next project coming out of Halo Studios. It is the ultimate Halo CE campaign remake. It is coming to Xbox, PC, and for the first time, PlayStation. It'll be arriving next year. To talk more about it, we've got Dan, Max, and Greg from the development team. Guys, let's get into this. Why is this the right game for right now?
We did this work on Halo Anniversary. I felt like there were certain things that were left unsaid. There were certain things that we weren't able to achieve at that time. There were certain things we weren't able to do.
It's a great time to revisit Combat Evolved for new players, for established Halo players, and maybe even for old friends playing on different hardware today to allow them to play together and enjoy the franchise together again.
Going back to the Halo ring again for the first time.
For the first time is really important, and for them to be surprised by new content and feel like excited again about exploring the ring world.
For new players, this is the right time for you to jump in. Think of this as your introduction into this huge franchise we've been building for the past 25 years.
I'm curious how you're going to focus on capturing the essence of the original, knowing that you need to evolve to kind of move the experience forward.
Yeah, from design, we don't take that lightly at all. Whenever we make a change, the number one thing was to be true to the original game.
For every one of those topics that comes up, there's someone who is incredibly passionate on the other side saying we can, like, that is sacred. We do not move that crate.
It's really about looking across, what we've learned over the years, what technology we've built, and how we can tie that back into this experience.
So in this game, up to 4 people can play the campaign together, regardless of which platform they're on. And then we're kicking it old school. We can play 2-player co-op on consoles, on the couch together, just like we did back in the original. What do you have to do differently to account now for 4 people running around?
For different co-op counts, we will make some of the spaces larger. We also want to make sure we're authentic to the encounters themselves. So it's a balancing act between that difficulty tuning and making those encounters the right size for the right space.
I understand that we've done some special tune-up works to the beloved Warthog.
We have. There's a new seat, what I like to call the golf cart seat or the bumper seat. This is on the back of the Warthog, so now you can bring everyone with.
Mind if I join you?
Let's talk a little bit about one of my favorite aspects of the Halo franchise. What is a skull? What's cool about it? What does it do?
A skull is a gameplay modifier, generally mean-spirited. It makes the game more challenging for the player.
The combination, the pairing of these different skulls and how that's going to create that new gameplay experience. Huge amount of replay options for folks.
I love the replayability that skulls bring to a campaign. is almost endless variety.
We have dozens of skulls this time.
The most that we've ever had in a Halo game.
Are you a lasso guy? I think you yourself told me that you don't think anyone would ever be able to complete this game with legendary all skulls on.
I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot. And so if you can do a true legendary all skulls on run, let us know. Because I'd love to see it. I think, that'd be really hard.
If there's one thing that this community has shown us is do not underestimate them, and they will find a way. So Halo's always been known for its sandbox. How has this evolved?
We made sure that anything we included isn't going to drastically change the way the game plays, to change the sandbox in a drastic way, but there's some really fun kind of additions, and that's across, enemies, weapons, vehicles, things that in the original CE you weren't able to do before that you now can. You finally kill the elite with the sword. That weapon hits the floor and you can pick that up and just, kind of really take it to the enemy.
The sound design. All these weapons, by the way, have been painstakingly remodeled, rebuilt, higher fidelity. How do all these things kind of come to life?
That comes across through the way they look, the way they sound, the effects, the actual panels on the weapons themselves, the ammo counters.
With Unreal, the fully dynamic lighting within Lumen allows us to get those effects, right? That rich plasma lighting up and brightening the environments.
Of course, one of the hallmark elements of Halo CE is what becomes kind of a three-way battle with the introduction of the Flood.
There was quite a bit of development between Halo CE and 3 to kind of how the Flood behaved and just how they interacted with the player. So we've pulled a lot of those Flood behaviors into this game.
And I would say this is a learning specifically from CE to Anniversary, which is just kind of that mood, the atmosphere, the tension, the horror, and really delivering on that from the way that we stage the encounters and the setup and how we reveal the Flood.
In Halo Legacy, there were some pure form units. We've pulled in a familiar friend, familiar fiend, if you will, to challenge the player.
Talk to me just a little bit about how we're approaching the narrative aspects to bring it up to the same level as the rest of this game.
We want to tell an authentic story and we want to level up the cinematics from the source.
As we were building this out, we didn't just kind of put a new coat of paint over the original cinematics, right? We ended up revisiting exactly how they were blocked out, how they were sequenced, how they were put together, and we've done that across the board.
We have access to original source assets, original source code, and access to the original storyboards. We are remastering, remixing the music to go along with these cinematics.
We also had the core principal cast come in and re-record all the lines.
How much firepower would you need to crack one of the engine shields?
This really provides a degree of fidelity that we weren't able to do for Halo Anniversary.
Now would be a very good time to leave.
I'm super excited that this game will include 3 brand new bonus missions. Tell me a little bit about that.
It was really important that we preserve the original story as it is. So these missions specifically are meant to be a prequel, a setup for, the main course. These new missions are going to offer some new opportunities for character interactions, maybe between, Chief and Johnson.
We've got some new mechanics, maybe some new AI behaviors, things that haven't been done before in Halo CE.
I think we're just getting started.
So where are we right now at this stage in development? What can you share with us?
In the past few weeks, we've been able to start engaging and sending builds out to some of our community members.
We can now see so many of the elements of the level really coming together.
There's a point in every game's life cycle where it kind of just comes online.
Seeing really high fidelity versions of the cinematics, elements of the sandbox and encounter tweaks and the lighting.
You go to someone's desk and give feedback live on an experience, and to me that's like a really exciting time in game development.
The ultimate love letter to the game that started it all. I would call upon our entire Halo community to welcome with open arms this next generation of players. I'm excited to just relive these experiences again for the first time.
So, yeah. So, Joe, I wanted you to hear it. I wanted you to hear the whole entire thing because I was going to tell you it's going to go right to exactly where you're headed with this.
Oh, I stopped listening when they started talking about how weapons look. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, because that's all I wanted you to stop because everything you were about to say was going to mimic or literally be exactly what I meant. Which in this case, look, I am a Halo. Let me say this before I pass it off to you guys. I'm a Halo fan. I am. I love the series. I have been with it since its inception. I was with it at 1. I was with it at 2. I was with it at 3. 4 and 5 in Infinite. Yeah, yeah.
You were there. You waved. You said hi.
I waved. Yeah, I waved. You're right. But after Infinite, and the fact there's so many issues with it, and the fact that you guys, you 343, call yourself Halo Studios now, I kept thinking, okay, if you're going to bring back Halo, learn from your mistakes. I am not saying
they won't do that.
I mean, the logical thing would be learn from your mistakes. Now,
what have we warned you about?
I know you cannot expect hope from a greedy company. I understand that. But what I'm getting at is you did Halo and you pulled a Modern Warfare. What we mean by that is, guys, that Modern Warfare, for all those that are just a little on the young side, they try to produce a campaign-only game and no multiplayer, which, again, for a lot of people that play Halo, Modern Warfare, Battlefield, things of that nature, you do want to play multiplayer. And it did burn a lot of fans the wrong way. I think Halo, with this campaign evolved, you might spurn some Halo fans. I'm just saying, you might spurn them because, let's be honest, I think everybody that's talking on this panel right now, I think we've all loved the original. I mean, we loved the original multiplayer. We loved it in 2. We loved it in 3. But is this kind of a slap in the face just to stick with campaign and all you did was put a nice shiny coat of paint on it?
I mean, it's more so the fact that they don't verbally mention there's no multiplayer. It's like when the first Battlefront came out and everybody was so happy and hyped that they told you everything, but they never said that they are only doing the Galactic Civil War. They just chose to omit that there will be no Clone Wars in the game, and literally people did not figure that out until they bought it in real time.
Yeah.
Same way people will probably pick this up just for the 3 new levels. And yeah, the Warthog is cool, but for what? Carrying extra NPCs? Because, I mean, on multiplayer, it was like, yeah, someone's getting left behind. It can only seat 3. But now you got the buddy seat in the back, which is nice. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm curious. It's also kind of like a Halo just remix, because if they built it from the ground up, including the voice acting, this is Halo Kai.
Yeah. I mean that's the thing about it. And also the other thing, I was going to point out too, if you're only doing campaign, could you and let's keep in mind, Microsoft has already sat there and said they got no problem going for the $70 and up price tags. Do we think this is also an insult? And again, Campaign Evolved has not given out any price forms. Microsoft has not confirmed anything yet. But let's also be honest. If this does have a $60 price tag on it, will this keep people from playing it?
Probably. I feel like 60 might be pushing it. Anything above that is a hell no. Especially for a game that we've played, like 4 different times already?
Yeah. And that's where I'm like, if you're going to push that, I think that you might, again, spurn people. Because you're saying there's 3 missions. Okay, 3 missions out of the original run. I want to say I'm just gonna baseball estimate this one. I think the original Combat Evolved was maybe 8 to 11 hours, give or take, or it might be more than that. I'm just again spitballing. So if you add 3 more missions to it, you might extend it to maybe 11 or maybe 12 hours gameplay, maybe. But like I said, is it worth it at this point? Is it really truly worth it? Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it is. You're basically giving us the campaign, no multiplayer. You're not really adding anything new outside of a golf cart on a Warthog, and you give us 3 more levels. At this point, I'm like, if you low budgeted, I could see it. If it's like $20, maybe $30, okay, fine. At least it's priced appropriately. But like I agree with Tafari, if it hits 60 and up, it's not worth playing. It really isn't. But Joe, I think I did find it. You said find the Red versus Blue season 2 trailer.
I mean, we'll play that in a moment. This will go to my point. No one gives a shit about the story in Halo unless Nathan Fillion's involved or Red vs. Blue is involved. None of us gave a shit. In the end of it, we were playing a half-ass cut ripoff of Aliens, and that's all that was. None of us gave a shit about the story.
It kind of lost its
We
way.
only played what made Halo popular was multiplayer. What made Halo popular was Halo 2 popular, multiplayer. Halo 3, multiplayer. Halo 4, no one played that shit. We all got off that train because Gears of War came out. Halo 5, no one gave a shit. Gears of War 2 came out.
I did.
ODST, everybody gave a shit. Nathan Fillion was in it, and that was fantastic. Halo Reach, we gave a shit because they actually tried with story. And also specialized Spartans.
Yeah.
For multiplayer. Halo Wars, no one gave a shit. It was an RST. What the hell were they thinking?
Yeah, that was that. So many people felt betrayed when they got that disc.
Halo Anniversary, whatever they're doing.
Yeah.
Halo Remastered or whatever the last one was. Did you put multiplayer in it? Yeah, you did. And people gave a shit. This one, no one's going to give a shit. Why would we give a shit? Please play the trailer.
All right.
Don't ever be alone.
He's doing that thing again.
You Private Tucker?
My name is Church.
Dude, it's more like a switch.
He got killed by this crazy runaway tank, and then he became this really mean ghost. That's Caboose.
I've noticed a change in one of your guys.
What change?
You haven't noticed that he's become increasingly aggressive lately?
I'm telling you, he's crazy. This is Private Tucker. Yo!
Oh, mother! Very lonely out here. And you should be very ashamed of yourself. Silence, woman!
Can you tell me which way to the red base?
That's right, suck it, Blue! Yeah, sneak attack!
When is it going to be Simmons' turn?
Who?
Senor El Roboto! Oh. Is this the same two guys bickering like an old married couple? Are you smoking inside your helmet again? You're an idiot. And then I'm a girl. You're really unpopular. And I like ribbons in my hair. Hey, pretty in pink. And I want to kiss all the boys. Dude, you just got burned. Where can I hang out with no pants on? Burn, dude. Burn. This may be the best surrender of all time.
We are either being blown up, possessed by spirits, or just left out to rot.
I'm totally gonna freak out. They will all taste oblivion.
Is this gonna be one of those things where I have to turn my head and cough?
I'm totally freaking out! I'm freaking out! I thought we agreed I was gonna tell the story.
Okay, so back to my point. If it's only Nathan Fillion, if it's a Nathan Fillion storyline, we give a shit. If it's these guys, we definitely give a shit. If you don't have either one in your Halo game, I don't care how pretty it looks. That thing could be akin to that of a god. If it doesn't have multiplayer, I'm not paying jack shit, and nobody else is either.
It's hard to argue. You might have a select few that might do it. Like I said, if it was low price,
we know which one are the lizard people, and we burn them.
But like I said, if it's low price, if it's low, if it's
low price, I will go get Dispatch or Bounty Store or anything else on sale in the shop.
And that's fine. But I'm just saying that I can understand the rationality if it's 20 or 25. If you try to go 50 and up, that's where I'm like, that's not. I'm like
Final Fantasy 10 and 10-2 Remastered Edition is $20. I will get that again on a different system before I get non-ODST or non-Red versus Blue Halo story. If I want a poorly told Alien movie, I will go watch Alien vs. Predator 1.
I wanted to laugh because I did really like Final Fantasy X and X2. I did like both of those.
I would rather see the Unipop Girl thing than go listen to Master Chief. And I love John. But
again,
about the campaign. You don't bring Halo for the campaign.
I know. Well, I mean, I will say this: between 2 and 3 did have some good campaigns. 4 definitely had a good campaign. I'm sorry, wrong. Reach had a good campaign. ODST had a great campaign. Those are the ones I will say, but
What
again,
did not have a good campaign. It was mediocre until everybody realized, oh wait, this is just Alien.
Which one?
We're doing Aliens.
What? Which campaign?
The first game. It was just Aliens. We land on
Oh,
the
the first
strange
one, yeah.
planet, and then we let the flood out, and then we realized, oh fuck, the flood is just xenomorphs.
Yeah, the first. Yeah, I completely agree with you. The first one was basically an Aliens ripoff. I'll give you that. It was just the fact that introducing the Arbiter and then going into the Ark. But
No one
again,
gave a shit about those because we had better storytelling over in Gears of War.
I mean, true, but I did enjoy 2 and 3. I'm one of the few that enjoy 2 and 3.
Oh, I'm not saying you. Mm-hmm. You can like what you like. I absolutely love and support that opinion. But in the grand scheme of things, the moment Gears came out,
it did.
Even before Gears came out, we never cared about the campaign for any of those Halos.
Oh, let's be honest. When Gears came out, I think that was what, Halo 3 or 2 when Gears 1 came out.
That was Halo 3.
Okay,
so Halo 3. Let me put it this way: do you give a shit half as much as any point in those 3 Halo games to when Dominic finally finds Maria?
We're gonna go to that subject. That was the between whether he found Maria or post Maria.
No, when he found Maria and what the actual what Maria actually was like when you found her.
Oh yeah, that definitely got my attention more than Halo did. I'm not gonna argue that. That was a great story.
Yeah, like I said, they're blowing smoke. I don't care if it's $30. I'll find other games that are better for $30. If it's $20, I still can go listen to Yuna and go put her in a pretty dress to kill monsters for $20 and go listen to Titus laugh awkwardly.
I was gonna say worse. I was gonna wait for a sale for it to become $15 and then I'll give it a shot. I was gonna go way worse. But
if
again,
it's $15, I will go play an indie game and give it a shot. Because you don't give a shit about the Halo campaign unless it's Reach or ODST. You are only there, honestly, for the multiplayer.
I can't argue that. I mean,
and also you go watch Red versus Blue because that also had a better campaign than honestly any of the Halos.
But like I said, I can't argue that because that's
Matrix kind of seasons still better.
True, but I can't argue that you're exactly right. Most people play it for multiplayer. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm looking forward to playing the campaign in Battlefield, but again, I want to play Battlefield 6 because it's really good.
All they had to do was put Halo Multiplayer Evolved, and you just got access to all the different multiplayers from all the games, hand over fist.
Well, then you become another Call of Duty hub because that's what Call of Duty is. It's literally a hub. I mean, don't get me wrong, you'd be 100% right if they did that. But again, that's what I'm saying. You would basically just take what Call of Duty did and just do it for all Halo games. But
you Mario Kart ate that shit and just keep putting maps in from the newer Halos.
Yeah,
you're golden.
No,
yeah, So what was Red versus Blue? Was Red versus Blue like the first people to ever do like a mod of anything? Because that show's been running since like I think like a year after the game came out, and it was just
they've been doing
that show. That show predates YouTube. Like, how are y'all even How are people even?
So they did not mod it.
Mm-hmm.
They actually used the in-game camera and just did voice dub for the initial 2 seasons.
And then what? Just Halo official just gave them a pass and said go crazy.
Yeah, because they were actually on gaming marquees.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the reason why. That's the reason why Red vs. Blue ran so long, because I mean Microsoft in their advertising was like, oh, we're not gonna cease and desist you guys. We're going to use you. And they ran with it. But Joe's got a point though. As far as campaign Evolve, I'm just making fun of it because if it is $60, I'm gonna laugh because Microsoft is really high on themselves. But speaking of things that people are getting high on, we covered this.
Is it High on Knife? Because that's also a game I'll play over Halo. High on Knife.
I was gonna say Dispatch because we played the trailer for Dispatch last week, and it seems it's getting more traction now because a lot of people have seen the trailer and now they're interested in it. So we actually got an updated trailer that does have the release date for it. If you have not seen the trailer for Dispatch, we're going to play it, and yes, it's a little bit on the adult side. So you can...
Oh, by the way, before we do this, it actually released Thursday.
Oh, it's actually out already. Oh,
yeah.
I just put Downey Star this morning. I literally bought the coin.
Oh, so it released yesterday then. Oh, wow.
First two episodes.
Oh, so the first 2 episodes released yesterday. I am so behind the ball. My bad, y'all. So it's already out. But if you haven't seen the trailer, here it is.
Take your clothes off.
What's happening right now?
It's better if you keep your identity a secret. Here. I remembered you being bigger. I was a little drunk. I work better alone.
The hell, man?
Hello, Robert.
How do you move so quiet?
I float.
What the fuck?
I only came in as I thought we were playing Magic the Gathering tonight. I am hoping we still may.
I don't know why, but for some reason I also expected Matt Berry to be in this game. I don't know why. He never was announced.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually is, but for some reason I just see him being a part of this project as some sort of B-list superhero.
I can see that. But for all those who are wondering, this is actually available on Steam and PS5. Tafari, I think you said, I know, Joe, you were downloading it. Tafari, you said there was 2 episodes of already.
Yeah, they did a 2-episode premiere. They got a lot of social people. I know Critical Role is really big in like the D&D community.
Yeah.
They are the D&D community.
Pretty much.
So you have them. Pretty much everyone Telltale laid off is working on this game. From when the studio.
I haven't heard him in like, I don't know how long it's been since I've heard from Jacksepticeye.
Jack's been in his own world. I recently started watching Moist Critical like this year. So see the fact that he's in this. And shout out to Thought Squad. I didn't know much about her music before BlurredCon last year. But the fact that she's now like the theme song for this game as well as playing a character, so props to her.
Sure. But yeah, it looks like it's gonna be fun. I actually can't wait to find that and play it myself because it is a D&D RPG, which means that if you've never played a D&D campaign where it does involve dice rolls, it does involve skill levels. This game, from my understanding, will actually walk you through it. So again, you will actually get some D&D knowledge from playing this. But overall, it just looks fun. But again, that's already out, so my bad, not knowing the release date on that one. However, there is one, Joe, you want to talk about that Bounty Star? I think that's already out too, or is it on its way out? Oh,
it came out yesterday. I put the launch trailer in the group chat.
Okay, I got it.
I don't know if the launch trailer or not.
Oh, no, this is launch trailer. That's why I want to make sure. Yeah. So, crap, forgot about the train of thought. If you haven't seen Bounty Star, we did actually cover this one as well. But for all those that need a refresher, here's the trailer.
To whoever might stumble upon these words one day, my name is Clementine McKinney. I go by Clem. I was once a soldier and a protector, but then I messed up, and now I'm nothing.
Soldiers and slaves pounding halos and chains, marching somewhere the same.
Here I am doing the one thing I've ever been good at, tuning war machines and using them to make death.
Riots, parades, rolling blackouts and tanks, give
There's a lot of things wrong with this busted world. It all has to change. And it has to happen now.
I got no time to waste. Swear to God, nobody else to pay when it goes down. Push your booty shake down.
Fingers crossed I can put on a star and do a good thing. It's barely a teaspoon of hope, but it's still hope.
I mean, if you ever wanted to play Mech Warrior with a little bit of with a little bit more active combat, almost Gundam-esque, I'm down. But as you can see, guys, that's Bounty Star, the Moro's Tale of Graveyard Clim, available now on PS5. Joe, did you have this game, or you plan to get this game? You already got it.
No, I've already played it. I've played about 2 hours. I think the best way I can put this is Mechabilly. Well, we have Rockabilly, so this is basically Mechabilly. Because you are a good old-fashioned country girl in Arizona. So this game is on post-apocalyptic Earth. You are somewhere in Arizona. You are you saw in the thing, after a town gets pretty much just cratered by a missile bombardment by raiders, you just like go into exile. Your best friend becomes a sheriff and like brings you to a grown-up barn, which you turn into your home / mech bay, and you just become a bounty hunter and start taking bounties. There is a farm building aspect to this game I am only okay with because I get to run around in a fairly stompy mech. You're only, I would probably say that you're probably about like maybe a 10-ton mech at this point. Very close. It's not a big mech. You're not running in big mechs. You're not. You're basically, what if Andre the Giant held me over his head while he had shoulder cannons on in terms of height? Like, I mean, I'm just trying to give accurate size depiction here. You're maybe 10 to 15 tall foot mech.
No, you're good. I just had a Princess Bride moment in my head when you said that.
Yes. I do not think this means what you think it means. This word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Oh, I just had a Princess Bride moment just when you get that description.
So, anyways, the farming thing I will get over. I'm just not good at those types of games, but I am good at mech combat. There's plenty of that in here. Story-wise, it's okay. I shared in the group chat a new way to tell somebody to fuck off, which is hilarious. What was that quote? I am not at the appropriate level of consciousness to deal with bureaucrats.
Just wow. I mean, you're not wrong, but wow.
There it is. I'm not at the appropriate consciousness level for conversations with bureaucrats.
Yeah.
So just replace bureaucrats with whatever you want, and there's your new polite and professional way of saying just F off or I don't want to F and talk to you.
Oh, man.
Overall, game's good. Graphically, it looks nice. The human faces are a little wonky, but like you get what you get. This is a very small team. They've done a great job thus far. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Rebel Galaxy, which was also kind of rockabilly in space.
Yeah.
Where it was a space combat. Initially, the first one is like freighter RTS style freight combat. And then the second one is like you are a space bounty hunter in an actual combat starfighter, and you can go all across the galaxy and do that, but still that same rockabilly sense. This is the same thing, but just with mechs on Earth.
Gotcha.
Which is why I'm coining it as Mechabilly.
Mechabilly. I'm going to make that into a clip for a short. Tafara, what did you think?
I like it. Also like that we have another antagonist called Clem, who is more able to fight back with mechs and whatnot now in a story-based game. She's not all alone this time. She's got the robot. But I'm curious to see what more comes of this game. I haven't seen anybody play it yet, so I do kind of want to do my own little deep dive into it. But between that and Dispatch, a lot of these games that are kind of, I don't want to say indie, but like you could tell people who cared made them.
Yeah,
doing really well. So between
they cared enough to get out of the way of last week.
What even was last week?
Or no, they cared to stay out of the way of the beginning of October.
Yeah, because that's where everything. That's where all the everything just came open.
Yeah, I saw like Little Nightmares. It didn't do bad. I think it sold well. Just reception was not great because the people working on that game are not the same people who made the first two. They actually made a new game called Reanimal, which
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we looked at that trailer before or not, but Reanimal's being called the real Little Nightmares. But like right after that game was getting bombed on, here comes Amanda the Adventurer and Poppy Playtime. Like, by the way, we still exist. We can tell you are
still in the middle of the Digimon and Pokemon war.
Well, now you've got people doing the Jujutsu Kaisen meme where it's Mahito getting beat up by Toji and I'm blanking on his name. When the two guys are jumping the demon in Jujutsu, no, not him. It's the guy with the glasses and the little wrapped axe, and then Yuji beating up on Mahito. Like the first meme that came with the two guys jumping one villain, and instead they're like, this is how Crossworlds and Kirby Air Riders are doing. Are basically how they're treating Mario Kart World right now.
Yeah, that's what Pokemon is doing, or Digimon's doing to Pokemon. Because man, people are just dragging this shit. I honestly don't know if they're just hate reviewing it now for likes and whatnot, but
I mean that's usually what they do. Oh, this thing sucks now. Let's all go join in on it.
Yeah, because I just had to bring this one up because I was gonna just for everybody to wonder what Reanimal looked like. I mean, I was just saying because it looks like Little Nightmares. I mean, it gives Little Nightmares vibes.
Same concept, same team, two characters that you play as. You're little, running from giant shit.
And I mean, the scare factor's there. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, back to what I was saying. The biggest legitimate complaint we can put against Pokemon is we are in the year of our God, 2025.
Mm-hmm.
We can put voice acting in Pokemon.
Because when I played Sword and Shield, I cut it some slack because I'm like, all right, this is the first Switch title. But when you get to a character whose entire gym-esque thing is about being like a rock star, but then you get to the concert that has all the motions and body movements of a concert, but no actual singing, it's like...
Right.
Or even better, in Scarlet Violet, when we go fight Missy Elliott on the mountain, and she literally has to have a rap battle with you.
Yeah. That is a little bit different, but you brought up I gotta play this. I gotta play this trailer because ever since we talked about this before the show started, this has been bugging me about Amanda the Adventurer. Because again, it's one of those games that, like Tafari said, if one person plays it, everybody's got to play it.
I don't know what the hell this is.
If you watch someone play it, it is equal parts interesting and hilarious.
But yeah, for all those this is actually the trailer for Amanda the Adventurer 3.
Okay, Wooly, it's time. We need to show them.
Okay, I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Dear Riley, if you're reading this, it means you won't see me again unless it's in the next life. Look for a tape, but know that once you watch it, there is no turning back.
Part 1.
Hi, I'm Amanda.
And I'm Wooly.
How did you get in here? Who even are you? Go away!
There's a fire. A really bad one. It's Kate's house.
Are you even paying attention? I feel weird.
Part 2.
Already good. Why can't I remember what it was?
I know what you've been doing out there. And it's not going
Lily, let's play.
You can't change anything.
Stay safe, my dear.
Can I ask what it looks like Christmas in Rap City?
So yeah, that's basically it. It plays off like those old school VHS, like
Yeah.
Richard Scary tapes.
Yeah.
And as it goes on, you're like, oh, this girl is actually kind of unhinged. The more you go, but it'll be dumb stuff like bake a cake and then you find another tape, but then you type stuff in, like it'll do static and cut to the next scene. It's like let's play doctor. It's like let's play doctor, and then the sheep cuts in like let's not, and then they cut to the next scene and his leg is broken and it's like oh no, he had an accident. Should we use the saw to fix him? And he's like crying on. So there's like a bunch of crazy like stuff like that. But as the game goes on, they're like, maybe Wooly might be the bad guy because, like, why is this little girl having, like, these panic attacks and beating on you every chance she gets? And then, but now this part right here in the trailer is making everyone think, oh, so he actually was, like, he's keeping her anchored to, like, this TV realm. Or because there's some, she's dropped weird dialogue that lets you think she is a person actually trapped in there.
Yeah.
And she'll say weird stuff like, oh, I'm still out there somewhere. Or if you type in her dad's name as an answer to one of the questions, she literally like breaks down. It's like, why would you say that? So, and now there's this whole whatever aspect of the lab and stuff. It's kind of like Poppy Playtime. You thought it was just some playful evil animals, and you find out, oh, there's like weird experiments and shit going on down here.
I am more. Wow, I got nothing. First off,
it was real silly, but then it got real serious, and it's actually interesting if you watch people play it.
Now I leave that to my son because apparently my son watches the ones that play that, and I'm just like, that's I play psychological horror games like Silent Hill and The Evil Within, and I understand all that. That's like that's Ren and Stimpy on steroids at that point. Just wow. But anyway, I guess if you're into that, have at it. I will probably never play it, but have at it. Speaking of things that did also come up as well, apparently the Kirby Air Riders Nintendo Direct happened yesterday, and it bypassed all of us. So I don't know if they just wasn't a lot of fanfare or whatnot. So we did get some news. Oh, quiet you. We did get some news. We actually are going to be playing the story trailer. To explain where they're at. So if you were wondering what Kirby Air Riders is about, here it is.
From out of the sky, air ride machines rained down like shooting stars. They were found in all shapes and sizes, but with no ability to move on their own. However, if someone touched them and shared their will, the engines sprang to life, and they were able to move with incredible speed. These individuals were called riders. Soon, vehicle and rider pairs were a common sight, partnering up for everyday travel, as well as thrilling races. One day, some riders noticed their vehicles were acting strange. They were looking somewhere far away. If you wish to go there, let's go. But what awaits these riders and machines at the end of their journey toward the unknown?
Huh.
So apparently we will awaken a giant face. But that was the story trailer for Kirby Air Riders that'll be on the Switch too. So what do we think, fellas, as far as the story goes? Is apparently there's something out in space that is waking up.
I'm curious. I've honestly forgotten how many characters are actually in Kirby, or if they will be sharing the spotlight with other people, or who the guest racers, if any, will be, which will just be other Nintendo characters probably. But I forget, the little fountain area, was that from Dreamland or was that a Smash stage? I know we've been there before in some other Nintendo.
I want to say that was a Smash stage. For Super Smash Brothers, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, because I know we've been there before.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see if anything ties in from previous Kirby games, or potentially the Kirby 64 or Nightmare in Dreamland. It's interesting, at least, and it looks like they're going to have free roam, and basically the star was like what their version of a vibranium meteorite landing, I guess.
Pretty much. But I like I said, it's been a while since I played a Kirby game, and this one kind of feels like it's going to be a Mario Kart-esque type. I'd still give it a shot, just see what's more about it. But it looks, can't say it doesn't look great, though. But Joe, anything you want to add to that?
I mean, I did notice that giant space armada that was shown for a hot second. So, no idea what's going on there.
It's for a story mode. It just felt like, okay, you don't. It's like that's all you're giving us. But all right. But again, with the Direct, it's still available, right? It's actually the Direct is still available on Nintendo's YouTube page. It's a little over an hour, so if you do want to give it a shot, you're more than welcome to do so. I know for us, it's like we're good. We kind of I need to cleanse up that Man of the Adventurer because the sheep is just plain creepy. But speaking of things looking forward to as far as release dates go, Mouse PI for Hire does have a release date and also has a trailer to go along with it.
Eight digits, 8 shots. Could crack a safe, could mark a date. Only one way to know. Find the numbers before they find me.
Beat it, Gumshoe!
I'm out here building a future! Get rid of the shrews! Well, well. Guess that just made my day.
All right. And again, that's the release date for Mouse PI for Hire. Will come out March 19th of next year for PS5, Nintendo Switch, Switch 2, Xbox Series X and S, and Steam. I'm playing this because I like the feel of it. It's black and white. They kind of threw a shot at Disney a little bit with the Steamboat Willie tugboat. But, I mean, it looks great. It looks great for it to be a first-person shooter. So, yeah, I'm definitely getting Cuphead vibes. And don't get me wrong, Cuphead was an amazing game. Still go back and play it every now and then. But I'm sold. What about you guys?
I like it. Hey, man, you are now in the public domain, Mouse, so I'm all here for it. But yeah, it looks like it'll be a fun, not too long run, but letting people just have fun without catching a cease and desist letter.
Yeah, because I guarantee if Steamboat Willie was never in the public domain, that would have never happened. Joe, what about you?
I'm confused why it went from a PI game to Wolfenstein to Doom.
Well, I mean, the game itself, I mean, they did change the name. At first, it was Mouse, and then it became Mouse PI. That is a good question as far as why they kept changing the title of the game. But, I mean...
No, I mean, the gameplay was, it went from Solve a Mystery to Wolfenstein to Doom.
No, that was always a part of it. Even the first trailer we showed almost a year ago. I want to say it's almost a year ago. Yeah, so it was the shoot at the Wolfenstein action was in the first trailer we showed. Has it been a year since we played that trailer? God dang.
I want to say, yeah, they haven't dropped too many updates, but I think now that everything's getting closer, or I guess this showcase was taking applications, they put something in there.
I guess that's fair, because I was gonna say, yeah, I think it has been I want to say it's been a year since we actually showed a trailer for Mouse. Almost going along the same lines of Intergalactic. I mean, I know with the video game awards coming up in December, some games are starting to need to make some reappearances. But again, Mouse PI for Hire does come out March 19th of next year, so definitely looking forward to that. The last video game trailer we have, guys, is called Project Tau. This is a game that is going to be coming out for PlayStation. It is a single-player open-world RPG game, and from my understanding, it's not Souls-like, but the way it looks, I will let y'all be the judges of that. But this is Project Tau. And that was the trailer for Project Tau. Like we said, right now there's not a release date for that. It got my attention because you're actually not only you fighting. It looks like you're going to be on a team of at least 3 or more people, but it looks like you have to find out different skills. One guy with sword and shield, one guy with archery, one guy looks like it's sorcery, but I like it. What do y'all guys think?
It's giving me like a Sun Myth Wukong-esque type of Souls game, but they very much factored in more for the dismemberment, and it looks like a more team-built played aspects. Kind of like what Night Rain did, but a little bit more, I think, more than likely a lot of reaction commands and stuff put in there.
Yeah, someone called it's where Sekiro meets Where Winds meets plus Wukong plus Monster Hunter, which I can understand that comparison, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it does really look really cool. But Joe, what about you? What do you think?
So it's Neo, but with 3 characters?
Give or take, yes.
Yes.
Okay, sure. I'm down.
But yeah, but like we said, not really a lot more information since then, since this was just released yesterday. Might be more information at the Video Game Awards, but we'll see. But trailers aside, like I said, it's been a light news week. It really has. And you know what's been a light news week? Because HBO Max has sat there and said, hey, you like our content, run your pockets. Effective immediately if you do have HBO Max, because Warner Brothers is up for sale, but they don't care. They'll still say run your pockets. HBO Basic with ads will increase by $1 from $10.99 up to up to $10.99 or $199 annually. If you have the standard, it's up $1.50, which means an extra, which means either $18.49 a month or $184.99 a year. Or if you have the max premium, it's increased to $2, so you'll be looking at $22.99 a month or $229 annually. Of course, if you're an existing subscriber, you will get a month, 30 days in advance of your plan changes before the new billing cycle hits. We've talked about this because streaming services was supposed to be the alternative to cable, and now every streaming service on the planet has increased their prices. Is this a fair price increase by HBO Max, or is this just a greedy company that doesn't know when to say no?
No, this is 100% a greed move because isn't HBO and WB up for sale right now?
Yep.
According to whose decision is this?
Zaslav's. Yes, Zaslav has confirmed that HBO. I'm sorry, Warner Brothers Discovery, because good lord, they have identity problems all the time. But yes, they're up for sale. They've actually turned down, I think, a few offers to actually purchase Warner Brothers. But yeah, it's greed because again, you're not getting anything. You're not really getting anything new. You're not getting more in the way of value. Yeah, I say it's greed through and through. But Joe, what say you?
I mean, it definitely sucks that it costs as much. I got the HBO, Hulu, Disney bundle, and it went up from, I think, $16.99 to $19.99, which in the grand scheme of things is okay with me, but that's just because I got the bundle. So I'm already paying the HBO price, but I get Disney Plus and Hulu. Despite the fact that I'm aware Hulu is slowly being integrated, will be integrated fully into Disney Plus. Regardless, on my end, it's fine because I got that bundle, but I can understand the frustration of somebody who only has HBO Max and is going to be paying $21 potentially, give or take, for it, depending on what your state's tax rate is.
But that's the part I'm getting at. Is just that it's getting to the point to where they're just being greedy. Like, I can understand if you were offering a lot more, if you were giving some incentive, but at this point, you're just being greedy. And you're doing what TKO is doing to their WWE fans, which is basically drain them dry. So I can understand if a lot more people are going to the grand line after this because, well, corporations don't know when to say no to stop being greedy. But speaking of also being greedy, because again, slow news day, guys. But remember that, guys. You remember a while back we sat there and said the Xbox and Asus ROG was going to come out with the Xbox Allies version of a handheld PC, and how we sat there and
and it not so?
Yeah, $1,000, right? So it comes out today that the Xbox boss is saying that we're not to blame for the $1,000 price tag. They want to blame Republic of Gamers just because they are the hardware makers and they set the prices, which I think is kind of funny because, again, for all those who don't remember, the Xbox Ally X is $599 for, I think, the 512 gigabyte, and the $1,000 is for the 1 terabyte. And it's funny that Microsoft is blaming Republic of Gamers, the fact that they are setting up the hardware, where a quick Google search, if you will. So this is actually the ARG Ally gaming console, the non-Xbox edition. And if you guys will notice here at the bottom, theirs is $650. Now, it can be argued between the Steam Deck and various other ones out there, Lenovo, MSI. They all have their own versions of a handheld PC. All of them kind of wave in the low 400s, maybe upper $800 price range. So I find it funny that Xbox is going to blame Republic of Gamers, but judging by the price tag, $649, so you might be looking at, after taxes and whatnot, $660, $665, depending on your state. It's still a lot less than paying $1,000 for a console. So is this just, and again, guys, I asked this question, is Xbox just trying to, pass on accountability, or should they just go ahead and say we're freaking greedy?
I don't know what's going on over there. Fire your cocaine dealers. Clearly, nothing you're being sold is helpful or beneficial to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Blames the Aces Rogue Allies $1,000. You could have just not made it. Like, no one told you. People can barely afford the consoles y'all have as it is. Why did you need to make a hand up? Because even I know Steam Deck said they'll make something powerful when there's more power when there's a breakthrough in battery. Otherwise, they're just remixing the same shit, and that's just devious. And we're just gonna not, which is the easier option. Meanwhile, I downgraded my Game Pass before it renewed this week. My library has been gutted. So many of my things have a little exclamation point next to it now. I don't get it. I don't. If you had maybe made this before the Steam Deck, you maybe had a shot. But there was we did not need this. You were just aren't parts still hard to come by too? Isn't it just like a waste of equipment?
Pretty much. And at the same time, Steam there are so many used Steam Decks, and again, other brands that are creating other Steam Deck like devices. The market is flooded with new and used ones. Even a good used Steam Deck is still less than a Xbox Ally price, and Steam Decks can run Game Pass. So it's just like, what's the point? And at the same time, yeah, it's greedy because it's greedy that Xbox, because again, I don't have the article up, but they also sat there and said that their next console is going to be Premier Gaming, which is a fancy way of saying you guys are maybe, if not getting close to crossing the $1,000 mark for a console. And I'm sorry, if you are passing the $1,000 mark for a console, I think at that point, that's when I get off the bus and go full PC. Because at that point, if you're gonna talk about giving us a PC game, if you're gonna talk about giving us a PC console at that point, I might just go build one, because I don't see the point of paying $1,000 for a console that's going to be nerfed because all you did was put a high-end graphics card and a soundboard in it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all you get out of it. But Joe, how about you? Still, I think we're all in agreement that Microsoft is just a greedy ass corporation with zero accountability.
Yes.
Fair enough. I mean, I'm just saying. Again, let us guys know what you comments what you think, because I mean, what other reason does Microsoft have outside of trying to recoup all the money they blew on studios, letting over 10,000 employees go, and then you gutted out studios and kept the IPs, but you want us to pay for your losses? I'm sorry, but no. The last little bit of news I have before, if we have anything else, we'll go into our television and movie reviews after that. I gotta ask y'all a question about Star Wars, because Adam Driver, who played Kylo Ren in the Star Wars most recent Force Awakens, things of that nature movies, he had talked about pitching an idea to Disney and saying that, hey, we would love to do a movie that's basically about Ben post I think the Rise of Skywalker. I want to say it was that was the last one. I could be wrong about this, but he wanted to actually make a story. He actually wanted the story to be about Kylo Ren, I guess, becoming back Ben Solo again, and thinks that it would be a great movie after the Rise of Skywalker. Of course, they pitched it to Bob Iger and Alan Bergman, who were running Disney at the time, and they sat there and shot it down because they don't see how this would occur after the last Star Wars movie. So I ask you guys, because we've all seen Star Wars, we all love it. Would you guys, after watching the last, I want to say The Rise of Skywalker was the third movie in the trilogy. I could be wrong about that, but let's just say the third movie in the trilogy has concluded. Would you be adept to watching a Kylo Ren Ben Solo movie after that, or would you think he wouldn't fly?
How? That's just my only question.
No. We don't get to ask how. Remember, Palpatine somehow returned, no explanations asked. It would happen in Fortnite, which is now canon. No one gets to ask how. We just want to know why Disney said how, and it doesn't make sense if Palpatine can come back.
Well, wasn't he like a Palpatine clone that like basically absorbed?
He came back in Fortnite. That literally happened. That's how he returned. He returned in Fortnite,
That
and that carried over into the film.
Yeah, that was the weak sauce excuse for a guy. And again, I always feel like, and I will always say this: if Palpatine survived, so did Mace Windu. I will always say that.
I feel like if you get cut in half or exploded, whatever, if we see you turn into a Force ghost, I feel like you willingly left this Earth, and that's my questioning on how you come back. Unless it's like
if you get cut in half, you get 4 seasons and a whole season and a half in the spinoff.
Damn.
That too. If your body is dismembered or stabbed, you can come back. If you willingly leave this mortal plane and your clothes.
No. If you're stabbed, you're dead. We never saw Qui-Gon Jinn get to come back, but we did see Darth Maul split in 2. He got 4 seasons and a season and a half in Rebels.
But homegirl in The Mandalorian, I think got one right in the gut and just got a biopsy from Boba Fett.
That is true.
So that's what I was like, damn.
Cyborg to begin with.
Was she?
But I mean that does kind of event the rule a little bit. She did get stabbed.
I feel like if you willingly leave this place and I see your clothes go from full to hollow, I feel like that's it for you. Unless it's like the Force Unleashed when Ben Solo got killed and came back 3 seconds later as a Force ghost just to get blasted into the afterlife again by Starkiller.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's just like, how does I want to know what his pitch was. Like, is it like what was the guy's name in Green Lantern? Is it like Razor chasing after Aya? Like we watched her die. Like we watched her program go into nothing.
She's back in the comics now. She got better.
Is she? How? Yeah. Like we watched you obliterate into nothing. Like and watched him search.
Interceptor had her backup AI, had a backup of her AI and built her new body.
See, that's why I sit there and I say it's amazing that, again, I can see why
AI is a special thing because, remember, she is a computer. She is an AI.
Yeah. But here's the thing, though. That has a better story than Adam trying to revive his character after the Rise of Skywalker. That has a better explanation than saying, hey, let's make a movie after somehow I died.
Like, unless you're like trying to find his Force ghost somewhere, or
Palpatine Fortnite. I'm gonna win. That's my go-to, and that ends to every argument. Anytime we go,
I didn't. So what was the? I didn't. I was off of it by the. What was the Fortnite event? He like rebuilds himself, or
no? He just like suddenly appears and assembles the First Order.
And then the First Order is that's how the First Order came to be in the franchise.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, because you know what? I have more questions about Snoke than I do Palpatine, because what was that?
Horribly scarred and
Palpatine Fortnite.
Yeah.
I'm saying, though, was he supposed to be? Is he like a failed Palpatine clone? Because we see like 30 of him in a tube.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because I'm just like, because after the Empire, when your two big bads are all killed in the same day, for me, it's just like, no one questioned you getting on that throne, like the big deformed guy. They just said, "Yep, he's in charge." And
well, remember, Rey's dad is also technically a Palpatine clone, but he just decided to go full light side.
Yeah,
that too. He was a clone who at least appeared normal enough to attract a woman to mate with, whereas the rest of them look like Snoke, who looked like a rejected Freddy Krueger nightmare.
So what we have just learned from this sentence, if Palpatine got some, the universe would have been fine.
And because Anakin did when he wasn't supposed to, the whole galaxy had to suffer. Literally, the entire galaxy is gone downhill because one guy...
Amidala is a child predator, because she was plotting that thing since he was 9.
I was going to say, that their age gap is like there in the first movie and like non-existent in the second one.
You're not wrong.
He's probably 16 and she's what, in her alien late 20s?
You're not
that
wrong.
age gap is there.
You're not wrong.
Like I'm saying, the second movie, they got her and Hayden looking like, oh, we were kids who grew up together. And I'm like, okay, that's it. But then you watch the first movie, it's like, yo, you were like a toddler. Why were they letting you do this race before deciding, hey, let's take this kid with us? But first, Go out here and fight these dangerous ass adults.
No, because remember, that's when they tried to give power levels in Star Wars.
They tried, yeah.
And they had force speed, which we never use again.
No, they actually do that quite a bit. It's just the explanation for how they're always able to block the energy blasts with their lightsabers. That's always been a thing.
Okay.
I think we can honestly say at this point, I don't think no one's really looking forward to a Kylo Ren movie because you can't even explain how Palpatine came back.
Right, because I'm like, this is the one
just
time.
can't handle him being shirtless again.
Yeah, this is the one time where I'm like, all right, man. Like, I'm not saying it would have been a bad film, but like, if the pitch didn't go well, I would like to hear from you how you explain your own comeback because depending on how recently you pitched it, because they almost gave Star Wars Rebel Moon before they gave us Kylo's comeback. Like it's I don't know. I'm not saying it can't be done, but like I know the one rule of Star Wars is like everybody stays dead or everybody can come back except Mace Windu. He's like the Uncle Ben of the franchise, but
I will say this much. I am 42. I don't think I'm still old enough to watch Rebel Moon. I don't think Professor Farnsworth from Futurama is old enough to see Rebel Moon. And that guy is old enough to watch Ultra Porn. So
I was going to sit there and say, I don't think you want to watch Rebel Moon just because, well, it's terrible. But
a lot of slow-mo scenes that aren't necessary, I hear.
Yeah, a lot. Quite a lot. But I think we're all in agreement. Yeah, Kylo, you should just let that one go. So before we get television reviews, the other news or things we want to cover?
Nah, let's just hop to it.
Yeah, no, I think that's it for me.
All right. So I got to ask about Kamen Rider Zets because, and Joe, I know I'm going to reiterate asking this question again. Because
Blue Keeper.
Because the latest episode did kind of I won't say it's a pivotal moment in the show, but I guess it kind of shine a light on something about Nim. Is Nim going to be a part of the nightmares in some way? I think like she generates something now that we know that she's.
I don't know if she generates or if she is the host because I think the butterfly goes into her.
Yeah.
So she may be the host of whatever is going to be coming.
Okay, because it seems like old boy now. He seems like his mission now is to find her, and we do see a scene of her sitting in. I'm assuming a hospital bed. Sitting in a hospital bed, looks to be unconscious or in a coma, while the big bad seems to be kind of getting to the point of him making a move eventually.
I still say that he's going to end up either being like her actual brother, but we do know he is going to be the rival writer for a while.
Yeah.
We also know Zetz is getting the power up probably in December, which is his first season power up. Usually, Reiwa riders get about four power ups in the grand scheme of things. The first one, first season, second season, then final power up, and then movie, unless they also get like a final episode form, which is a thing that happened. The first Kamen Rider from Heisei in 2000, Kugo, got his final form in the final episode.
Gotcha.
Which is Ultimate. Or we could be pulling a thing where it's just like the last season where Gav's final form to fight the final boss was just his base form.
Okay.
So we do know it's going to be lightning with a bow and arrow scheme. I don't know too much beyond that. It's going to be yellow because we have blue, green, purple, and red. So I think the first power-up is going to be yellow. For this episode in particular, just more filling out the world, which is fine. Don't mind. It's okay that the parents reconciled. I think the divorce still happened, but now they're on more amicable grounds and stuff isn't as bad as it was. Still hilarious that those two are just living in that apartment space now.
Yeah.
Or the mission space. I don't think they're leaving anytime soon.
Nah.
I would love for that poor woman that's in that of the detectives to become the female writer for the series. I really would.
It would be interesting, I will say that. But Tafara, did you get a chance to watch it?
Yeah, we had a whole shadow clone jutsu war, and then we are inside someone's giant green brain.
Yep,
pretty much. That was
And
the
then,
present.
and then again, person is or is not dead because we keep coming back to this photo,
Mhm.
and it's throwing me off a bit.
Yeah.
She
So
is
yeah.
not dead. She is just probably in a coma and being used as a vessel for whatever purpose of getting like maybe the ultimate nightmare or something. At this point, I just don't know because I thought she'd be dead because that was obviously like why she could walk through so many dreams.
Mhm.
But now that we know she's just in coma, that makes more sense too. That makes sense too. So
And
Yep.
then the moon with a chunk out of it that's like legally not Pac-Man.
no, that's just there to differentiate when we're in the dream world and when we're not.
Right.
Okay, and then the giant brain attack. It's just like, so this is just not Andros from Star Fox 64.
We got to kill the kaiju somehow, and a rider kick through the brain will work.
I'm just saying, if there was just a pair of floating eyeballs chasing him around, that would have fully sealed the deal for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, good episode. Interesting stuff. But yeah, if we're just semi-mourning the living, it's a nice misdirect. It's just I feel like we get that a lot where it's like, we missed them and they're gone. It's like turns out they've been in like a mental hospital up the street the whole series.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely good episode. Also Gen V, because we gotta talk about it. It was the last episode of this season before we go into the final season of The Boys. I'm just gonna say this, and Tafar, I'm gonna ask you, was a little bit of a, and again, spoiler territory if you haven't seen it, because there's no way we cannot avoid it without talking about it. So you've been warned. Did Godolkin's actual appearance and his time on the show, was it kind of a waste, or was this more like he was a necessary?
I don't say it was a waste. I will say I wish we maybe could have seen more of him because we still didn't fully see what his powers were going to do or turn into. And it feels like we got rid of him this episode.
Yeah.
Like he was definitely a threat. But I feel like maybe if they had brought in one of the 7 for him to control and we saw a slight dangerous, like, oh, this could have easily gone bad.
Yeah.
But we never got that. Also, Sage, you stupid bitch. Like how do you keep falling for the worst of people and then acting shocked? Like I think they're trying to, because everyone's like, oh, how do you write the smartest character in the worst ways? I think they're trying to show that she is so focused on logic, she can't factor her own emotions, which she tries to use logic as attraction or lack thereof when she lobotomizes herself for fun.
Right.
But
that's why I said it's the crazy part about it, because she really did fall for this man. You fell for a guy who eventually, now that he had his own body and thanks to Marie was healed and y'all had y'all fun, he's like, well, shoot, whatever plan that we had in motion, bump that, because it's like I got what I need. And she's like, but I love you. He goes, and okay, I don't like this version of you. Which I was like, oh, there it is.
I was like, he comes from the pre-segregation era and was a neo-Nazi. Like, why are we? Honestly, I was waiting for like nothing but slurs and obscenities to come out once he got his body back, and I was shocked that they didn't. But the fact that she even went in there when she's talking to Polarity, which, by the way, rest in peace, Doug. You were too good for this world. I was hoping Doug and Huey would meet because I'm like, that's the only person who could talk you through this trauma you've been through.
Yep.
Because Huey can relate to a lot of what you're going through.
Man.
But yeah, Doug was hostage for like 20 years, and because he has no friends or family looking for him, sucks that I kind of wanted Doug to stick around, but rest in peace. But yeah, when she comes in there and starts talking to Polarity, asking these questions, I could tell she was like trying to kind of projecting and dealing with her own problems and finding ways to deal with it. But also people are running with this theory that potentially he escaped into her brain and is like hiding in there, which I don't buy.
See, and that's the thing that I was gonna point out. Like his ability, his ability was to basically control people's bodies, to which he was kind of, really strengthening it during the little training seminars that he has. but I can't see him hiding in Marie's consciousness until what? He finds another body he can hop to. I don't think his powers are that strong because he has to control. I mean, he can control somebody like a puppet, but he can't just, transfer his consciousness into it and be fine because that was his downside. His power was the power that he had was his mind. And beyond that, he was a normal human being. So that was the thing. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, everybody's like, well, and again, this is Kripke writing. I will say this is Kripke writing because anybody that's ever watched Supernatural, if you watch The Boys, you automatically think there's another angle. Like he went way too easy when Marie popped his head. Now, keep in mind, Marie has been trained and her her levels have powered up. If she's anything on the same level as Homelander, that explains a lot. But no, I think Godolkin is dead. I don't think he's gonna be making an appearance in The Boys. Although the Trojan horse, I will just leave it at that because
is there really a character named after Dan Hibicki's Fireball?
Say one more time.
Is there really a character who's named after Dan Hibicki's Fireball?
Yes,
I believe so.
Okay, carry on.
And I think this would have been our young 7 to fight the boys 7, but of course Chance's character, Andre's actor, passed away.
Right.
So, and apparently a lot of the scenes with his dad in the show and Emma was supposed to be Emma and Andre. So, like their tearful goodbye was low key like him filling in for that character.
Yeah.
Since he passed away. Which I hope his character lives. I hope Polarity takes over as dean of the university and is like on steady cleanup. I was kind of hoping to see the lady with the stinger accidentally like stab somebody and lose it because she annoyed the hell out of me, and I thought she was going to be more of a factor this season. She was not. I was really hoping for a payoff on that. Homelander calling in the middle of Godolkin's whole speech and her sending him the voicemail was interesting. I'm curious to see how that plays out. I feel like they're not going to kill Homelander. I feel like they won't. I feel like they like him and Anthony Starr too much as villains, and they won't do it. I feel like she will probably cure Butcher and get rid of Kessler, give him control of his tumor and his cancer. Or I don't know, maybe the virus, maybe Butcher infects everyone with the virus, and they all have to make a choice: either die as Soup or live as a regular human. And all the V, because I think all the V is either confiscated or destroyed now that it's public.
Because Homelander has confiscated all the V. Homelander has confiscated every compound V vial.
Yeah, so I feel like something will happen where they all have to make a choice to either die, literally die heroes, or live as regular people, and the rest of them will make that choice. And Homelander's going to be like a suicidal soccer dad for like the next 30 years of his life.
Although the way Gen V set up, a lot of people think there's going to be another season. I don't think there is. Because again, this is Kripke. Kripke doesn't really like doing things as far as that don't make any sense. Of course, they are following the Boys graphic novel all the way up to what happens with Homelander and the Soups and the Resistance, which makes me think that Gen V, I think we're only going to get 2 seasons of this. It would make sense if there's 2 seasons of this. But at the same time, the group is trying to find Stan, which again, John Carl Esposito's character, Stan Edgar, which how in the world do you leave this man's house and nobody gets directions on how to get back there? Number one. Number two, they did actually run into Starlight, and they did run into A-Train, who I guess is he got his redemption arc.
Yeah, I'm glad A-Train's still in the show. I figured he was done after last season, or if we see him, it'll be somebody hunting him down to kill him off.
Yeah, which again, that's going to lead into season 5 of The Boys, because I also think Polarity is going to wind up in one of Homelander's prisons, because if you really think about it, everybody but Butcher got caught. So we know Huey's in prison, Frenchie's in prison, Mother Milk's in prison, Kamiko's in prison. So because Polarity, we don't know if Polarity got caught or he'll be seen as the dean of school. We don't know that yet. If he is caught, there is a chance that he could probably be in the prison with them. And if so, he becomes part of the Resistance himself. So there's a lot of angles. Now I will say this about Gen V. It was an interesting 2 seasons. Now I'm just looking forward to The Boys, because we're not too far off from that starting up very soon for the final season. But yeah, there's a lot of unanswered questions And hopefully the final season of The Boys will answer that. But Black Noir, how do you kidnap somebody and then, dude, you are my biggest fan. You came this close to shish kebabbing him when you were trying to get Doug, and then taking a selfie with a peace sign up. That just
because Polarity is actually like a serious movie star.
Yeah,
and he does have like a fan base. So I stopped rewatching season 1 recently. I'm like, all right, I have to remember he is like all glitz and glam. So I guess the job was just to get him out of the way versus killing him, which is fine. But Doug was a loose end. Unfortunately, Doug was a loose end. And unfortunately, no one will miss him because his parents were dead back in the 90s.
Although
my man just wanted to deliver pizzas and repair VCRs for a living.
Although Sister Sage, girl, for a smart woman, you make some dumb decisions, but I think she's gonna wind up. She's probably gonna be the wind up the linchpin that takes Homelander down. But again, that's just
What is your angle, lady? Because I get that it's not what you say it is, but you also keep making your own dumb personal choices, and they are all very self-inflicted and easily avoidable.
Very much. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of Gen V as well as Kamen Riders Eats as we move on to anime reviews. So, gentlemen, any anime reviews that we want to bring up for the week?
And My Hero Academia is great. If you have not caught up, now is the time. Last episode was cinematic quality, and then I think we either today or tomorrow are getting more backstory on this man who is not related to Bakugo, but very much reminds All For One of who he is.
Yep.
Getting more legit canonization of all 4 movies, and then finding out that because I fully expected everybody to die when I first read this, but the fact that All Might and Edgeshot survived and they were given at least legitimate reasons why.
Yeah.
So now it's Deku versus Shigaraki, Bakugo versus All For One. We have set up literally our last 2 fights, and then we are just gonna go. Hopefully, just animated fun for here. And One Punch Man is
One Punch Man needs to hurry up and get to the fighting. I'm sorry.
Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, wait for the fight season." And I'm like, if those are bad too, what's the goalpost gonna move? Because Invincible did the same thing that they did with that slide, and everybody wanted heads to roll. So make it make sense.
I'm sorry. I will say about One Punch Man, you are 2 episodes in, and we still have yet to get to the Monster Association. I mean, you got Garou right there, and Saitama's right there. Why have we not? But again, like I said, I hurry up and get to the fight. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tafara.
No, that's pretty much it. Like it's I don't know how much further we're gonna get through this season. I really would like their final face-off to happen this season, but if it's going to be this quality, but please, I don't want to wait another 5 years for season 4 because we managed to, because it's from the same creator. We got literally all of Mob Psycho between seasons 1 and 3 of this show. And I get it. Studio, what was it? I think it was Madhouse who did the first season.
Yeah.
And then somebody clearly bought them out and threw a bunch of money at them to animate anything else. But my God, man, it's also I don't think the animators needed the hassle they got because the guy quit Twitter, left his account, but this could have been done a lot better, man. I'm praying it gets better, but if the fight scenes are trash, I'm curious to see how people flail and try to defend it next week. I say this as a fan. I've been reading the webcomic and the manga. When it got serialized, I was there for the first episode of the show. I don't know, man. I would like it to be better.
We'll see.
Fire Force, please hurry back.
Right. Joe, what about you?
Well, naturally, we're going to talk about some Digimon. So,
yeah.
Really good. Animation still going strong. We get to see what a lot of people are thinking is Dark Digimode. Or Dark Digivolution, I don't think it is. I think just this season, if you channel a lot of anger into your E-Pulse, you're going to get some really angry Digimon.
Okay.
Really good. Tojima wants to be a Kamen Rider. We get another dude who really likes Kamen Rider and ended up living near a chakra grunt who is just a benign chakra grunt. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to chill here. I'm not hurting anybody. And the homeowners association, which are really the true villains in life,
Yeah.
just roll up on us like, hey, all this vegetation is too much. You need to like either scale it back or we're going to have you leave.
Yeah.
And then the homeowner association, again, as I reiterate, the true villains in life, hire the local Yakuza to try to force him to do it. It doesn't go well for him. But I feel bad for the poor dude. He's like, all right, well, I guess I can't live here. Everything's going to burn up in flames. And then we learned that dude's girlfriend is super special. I do give props for her being the design of the original 1960s Shocker women combatants.
Yeah.
There are 2 variations. So props to them on that one. Tojima's just hilarious because now he's got friends.
Mm-hmm.
Which is the best thing ever. That man does not know how to talk to anybody. Unless it's about Shocker or thing. So I don't know if he is just neurodivergent as all shit, all hell like I am.
Mm-hmm.
But I can hold my own in conversations beyond just one topic. But
may I have your number line so we can share? I'm sorry. It's that part still gets me. I'm sorry.
He's never asked anyone to like be on his friend's list on his phone. He just doesn't know what he's doing. It is the teacher. Teacher is very attractive.
Oh, that one student's going to
but Kojima really doesn't care about her being attractive. He just cares the fact that she's a writer fan like him and he doesn't know how to talk to people.
Pretty much. But yeah, that was definitely interesting. I'm sorry, but go ahead. What other ones you got?
And of course, may I ask one final thing? We got the prince from the Dragon Kingdom, and he's just like, "I love you," and she's like, "I want you in every part of your body until you go the hell away."
I mean,
but I'll still use my God's blessing ability on me and nullify all the damage. Like, let me knee you in the face you can't stand anymore, and then toss you back to your kingdom, literally.
That was
I love the dragon. God, I miss that poor dragon. Goes for the bite. She's like, no, down, bad boy.
Yeah, that part was
literally on the ground. He's no longer knocked out midway through her beating the shit out of the prince. Mm-hmm. He's just laying on the ground, slightly crying.
Yo, he's like, you can nullify damage. Really? Let's find out. Just oh, they got it. I mean, I did not think I would be enjoying that as much as I do. But may I ask for one final thing? It's funny as hell. But what else you got, Joe?
Anything else? Campfire Cooking in Another World gets to teach us how to make some pretty good pot roast.
Mm-hmm.
We just are replacing pot roast with dragon meats, but you still get a pretty decent recipe out of it.
Mm-hmm.
What else am I watching? Oh, I started watching Apothecary Diaries.
You know,
that show caught me way more than I expected it to.
I am on episode 6.
I had promised Lady Mandalore I will watch Apothecary Diaries because she swears by it, and I said I promised her I would watch an episode, so I got to start watching that on Crunchyroll soon.
I love that she tells the blue concubines, like, look, you got the red one beat, hands down, in one particular area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just come here. Let me tell you some secrets. And it's like, because I used to live near a brothel and work there as like a doctor and whatnot, or whatever herb gatherer and whatnot at the brothel. Come here. And then you just see her like girls on full display, like blue concubine lady, just like on full display now.
And then the baby came right after.
Damn.
Huh?
I said, then the baby came right after.
No, this is after the baby passed away.
No, I'm saying, didn't she get another baby? Like
I don't know. I'm on episode 6.
Oh, right. Never mind. I do also appreciate like when he finally. How far is that after they find out she can read?
Oh yeah, that's after. This is right where they find out that she's been purposely giving herself freckles so that she.
Yeah.
So
she wouldn't get kidnapped.
All concubine court in the main palace.
Yeah, I will say there's a lot of stuff we're just like, are we just not going to talk about that next episode? but then they do. It doesn't happen as fast as you expect. But there's some times where it's like, so we're just not going to connect that at all. Like somebody, hi, Kira.
And speaking of the person right there, as she is just sitting here gleefully.
So I've already guessed, and I know for a fact, I don't know this for a fact, but I know for a fact, Jinshi is not a eunuch. I just know he's not. Like,
see, I knew that too, but I didn't know what a eunuch was, and then I made the mistake of looking it up, and I'm like,
oh no, I knew what a eunuch was because I watched old Chinese comedies. That's a running gag all in there. I know what a eunuch is.
What gets me is like his right-hand man. It's like you have grandchildren, and you chose this life? Like, unless it just stopped working and you couldn't use it for anything more than peeing, then I get it. But like, you willingly chose this late in life to become a eunuch because money, I guess.
Wow.
I can understand young men who get brought in to be eunuchs. He doesn't look it, but he is a grandfather who's like, yeah, I became a eunuch recently to work in. I'm like, but why? Knowing
money to take care of his family.
I guess, but no, you did it for 3 generations without this so far. So what's the change now, Grandpa?
I have got to start watching this.
Family taxes are going up. It's a different kingdom, different ruling management. But no, I know Jinchi, like right off the bat, the moment it's like, oh, he's not a eunuch. Now he was there to test everybody's loyalty for the emperor.
I have so got to start watching this.
It's the fact that he like. I didn't realize that the servant girls, I guess, either are kidnapped too early or like just can't or aren't taught anything.
Kira says that no one confirmed he's a eunuch either.
This is also true.
I just knew he wasn't. Like right off the bat, it's like, nah, you're here for a different purpose.
He's a little too fresh for my liking.
I remember what I said, Kira. I will start watching it right along with everybody else. I remember.
But I do think it was funny when he was trying to like he basically wanted to call her out, and he literally writes on he brings the girls in the room and writes on a piece of paper, "You with the freckles, don't move." And she realizes she's the only one who can read the shit, and everyone else is just like, all right, and leaves. And she's like, well, I'm caught.
Damn.
No, she's like, if I leave now, they won't catch me. She's like, no. You knew what I wrote. That's why you paused.
Okay, so I definitely know I need to start watching this. Well, I guess the only thing I can add to it because
here's the thing. Here's what'll get you.
Okay.
She is. Remember all those goofy noises Soletta would make in Witch from Mercury?
Yeah.
Yeah, instead of tanuki noises, she makes random cat noises. Just like random girl cat sounds. Instead of random tanuki sounds. And it's not to be like comedic or anything. It is to be, some of it is to be comedic. Because she literally has little kitty ears in chibi mode sometimes.
I will reserve judgment till I start watching it.
Oh no, it's fantastic. It's just one of those things if she gets excited, the animation on some of the subtle movements in this thing is gorgeous.
Yeah, because they don't have a lot of action to animate. Like every now and
then.
Not
my job to sell him. That's your job, Kira.
Oh no, Kira already said it. I already told her I started watching.
Yeah, not a lot of action to animate. Every now and then the Gorals are fighting and then somebody does some slaps and punches getting thrown on some Kardashian drama, but other than that, it's not that.
This is more of a mystery and slice of life kind of thing.
Okay, no, I'll give it a shot. I will definitely give it a shot. But I will say, from my end of anime, I know we kind of all in the same circle. Gachi Yakuta has been great. I like the fact that they're kind of setting up with the Raiders beating the Cleaners this go around. And they're not answering the question about Almo, although I think Almo's pretty much being held prisoner somewhere.
Yeah.
I was going to say, outside of everything else, like I said, Kaiju number 8, that's waiting for season 3 at this point. Sakamoto Day is waiting for next season. I was going to catch up on Togen Aniki. I have yet to watch that. I have that saved on my Crunchyroll. Along with 3 other ones, Tower of God. I was going to give that a shot to see what that's about too. But yeah, that's my only updates that I have on the anime side. Like I said, we're all in the same circle as far as this, and I will start watching Apothecary Diaries too, and to be able to join you guys. But outside of that, guys, for all that are watching, I know Kira, you're watching too. Let us know what animes y'all guys are watching and what y'all think so far. And just in case we're not watching it, we can go ahead and enjoy along with you. So. That being said, fellas, any other news or whatnot before we go into comics?
That is it for me.
Joe?
I got nothing.
All right. So before we do get into comics, guys, we always say what? Oh, I just threw me off when you said that. But yeah, before we do get into comics, guys, quick shout out to Rick's Comic City again, Nashville's #1 go-to for comic books, for pops, Funkos, whatever you name it, you can find it. 2 locations, Nashville and Clarksville, Tennessee, and rickscomiccity.com. You will see us on their television screens. They show us love because we want to show them love. So definitely check out Rick's Comic City if you are in the Middle Tennessee area. If you are not in the Middle Tennessee area, guys, please support your local comic book stores, support your local libraries, support the indie artists, things of that nature. Why? Because you will miss them when they are gone. That being said, I do see, Joe, you have them queued up, so whenever you're ready.
Also, if you're not in the Middle Tennessee area, you're so lucky. Please take me with you.
Just why? Just why? Oh man, go on, Joe.
So we got Flash number 26. This is a DCKO tie-in. This is written by Christopher Cantwell. Why can't I change? Is it really going to do this to me already this early in the game?
Sounds like it. Although for that one, that's no, you're good, because I was going to say that was the one where I guess they're trying to explain how the Flash wound up in the same area and in Impulse, which Impulse is always an interesting character in the Flash world, but no, that was definitely, like I said, if you have not read any of DCKO, I highly recommend that you do. It says DC's next grand event. And it's exactly what you think it is. If you ever wanted to see a knockdown, drag-out fight among DC heroes, because the only way they can actually prevent Darkseid from literally destroying the world, destroying the universe as they know it, is literally an all-out fight among all of them. But if you haven't seen DCKO, highly recommend that you do. But Joe, how you doing?
Okay, so back to the thing. So this is part 1 of Impulse Control. This is written by Mark Waid and Christopher Cantwell. Art by Vasco Georgiev and colors by Matt Herms.
Mm-hmm.
Artwork's great, story's good. We get more of an Impulse and Wally adventure, because Impulse is like, we can just alter the timeline and not even mess with Darkseid. We can go back and stop Darkseid when he first came, just for Bart to slightly move that butterfly to the left, and then no one remembered Bart for a hot second. Then we go and Wally tries to save Bart from Darkseid, and then we meet the Darkseid Legion of Superheroes because they changed the timeline again, because it's a Flash book, and that's our principal storytelling point, which works because it's the Flash, but we always want to move that rock or that butterfly slightly a little bit to the left every time.
I blame Impulse, but it's in his name.
Barry ain't doing shit. Barry is not in this book.
Yeah, Barry's not in
Isn't
this
Impulse usually the time traveling one in general? Isn't he the one from Young Justice who comes from the damaged future?
Yes. Yeah, she brings that up in this one. How he's beaten every scenario ever thrown at him in the 31st century, or whatever time period he comes from, by disabling all the safeties, and he's literally Kobayashi Maru'd every single scenario he's ever been in.
Yep. But this is a good story, and how they actually do wind up in the DCKO story. So yeah, it's a good issue.
Yep. Moving on over, we got Absolute Wonder Woman. This is written by Kelly Thompson, art by Matthias Bergera, and colors by Jordi Belair. God, I love the colors in this book. Jordi Belair can do no wrong. Diana is fresh off her new thing. They're looking for, I believe, Themyscira at the moment. But an energy being keeps coming in, and Diana keeps going out and fighting it and causing more destruction than she needs to on accident. Like, all of this is literally collateral damage, and she's just figuring out. And we learn in this issue, it's literally the price she is paying for being on not in Hades.
Yep.
So this is just a really good story. Like, I love... Oh, we also found out in a preview page that Diana is taller than Absolute Batman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Batman being 6'9", and yet Diana still 7 foot. That's still funny to me. Although this was also a good one too. It's a long way of storytelling to sit there and pretty much say the person you're fighting is you, which either is going to lead to a version of yourself or this absolute universe Donna Troy, one of the two.
No. From what I understand, this is just the personification of her paying the price. And her greatest challenge would be herself.
Okay. All right. I'm good. I'm game to see where it goes.
I think she probably outclasses even Absolute Superman.
Yeah, I gotta see. I want to see how this one goes. How they're gonna tell the story on this one.
It's only a two-parter, thank God. So
yeah.
Now we're over into Green Lantern number 28. This is written by Jeremy Adams with art by V. Ken Murren and colors by Romulo Fernando Jr. We learned that I guess some of us relearned that Guy Gardner is actually a giant nerdy history buff.
Yeah.
Which does make sense because remember, he is a college-educated sports athletic director. So he is actually college educated, and he is just a big history nerd. I love the fact that he's got these like heart-like construct mega reading glasses.
How you gonna have bifocals on top of bifocals? That killed me on that one.
We learned that the Book of Oa, for some reason, has Hal Jordan's name in it, and when Hal comes in contact with it, he's given all the knowledge of Krona.
Yep.
So all the Guardians are like, well, shit. Now we got to deal with this. Meanwhile, my boy, Kyle, is doing basically what Goku did and trying to learn how to stabilize his
White Lantern. Yeah.
White Lantern form, which is now literally just become a Super Saiyan mode for him.
Yeah.
So him, Odyssey, and Connor are doing these tests, and Connor's like, no, I can take it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And Odyssey's like, no. This is a bad idea. You're being an idiot. Connor's like, no, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Go ahead. Give me your best thing. And just like blast it into the sky, and Hal has to save his ass.
Again, I can take it. Get blasted halfway around the solar system. But go ahead.
Halfway around Oa. Hal goes to see Carol. They started going today, but Hal's starting to get glimpses of the future, and Krona is in a deformed body of Golden Age era. How, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah.
So Krona's running around in a Hal body, but he still has the Krona gauntlet in the backpack.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we're kind of at right now. This is the first issue of the new arc. Still going really good. Really liking it. I do know we are getting a DC tie-in that's devoted entirely to Kyle.
Yeah.
So Joe gets a win. This was just another solid issue of Green Lantern. I'm so glad it's back to form.
Yeah, it was a good one. I will say that because that Star Core one was getting a little long in the tooth.
The only thing that I'm still very confused of where John Stewart is and why is he with Kamatui, who's still alive now? But again, we're about at least 3 reboots after Kamatui died. So to quote Superboy Prime, do you have any idea how many people I've killed have come back now?
Although that does answer the question of how, if he supposedly sacrificed himself to restart the batteries.
I think the battery just like teleported him to wherever he is now, on the outskirts of the galaxy, and he's living with his wife.
It's possible.
I'm happy for him. He's got happiness, but we know that Ring's going to just completely upend that.
I mean, well, he is the Emerald Knight.
No, he's not the Emerald Knight anymore.
That is, well, yeah, in title is what I'm getting at, but not, his powers. You're right. He doesn't have those powers anymore.
That entirely went to resurrecting his mom, infusing his mother's consciousness into his sister's heart-like body.
Yeah. Where his sister is pretty much a living construct, yeah.
But also, no, his mom's consciousness is in the ring.
The ring, yeah. His mom's consciousness is in the ring, but his sister's a living construct.
And we say Batman has family. family issues.
Yep.
Hey, I ain't wrong. We have literal proof right now.
No, you're not wrong at all. You're not wrong, especially with Immortal Batman. You're not wrong at all.
Speaking of which, Immortal Batmaners, we would just call him Toku Batman. This is written by Kyle Higgins and Matt Groom. Part 1, art by Erica D'Urso and also Daniel Bales. Colors by Igor Monti. Part 2, Dan Mora, which makes sense. Colors by Tamara Bonvillain. That's a hell of a last name to have.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
we explored what I can only assume is Arkham, and we run into Toku Riddler, who transforms into a Kaijin. Batman, of course, defeats him because he's Tokusatsu Batman. This time he's got his ultimate bat slash.
Yeah.
And then we go back into the Order of the Robins as the guy who's heading up the Order of the Bat is still training the old Toku Nightwing and Toku Robin.
Which is, like I said, it's an interesting story. I will say, I want to still keep up with this. It's an interesting way of how they're doing this. Still haven't answered the question of why there's so many Waynes, but I'm assuming that question is eventually going to get rid of that answer.
Yeah, this went into his backstory more, and Alfred was a robot just called Pennyworth with the obvious numbers in place of letters, and apparently Thomas Elliot is one of the head of the Orders of the Bat.
Yeah. So I'm hoping they explain, because I'm like, yeah, I got to ask that same question, like, how? But that's just where I am.
It's not. If we can keep doing Toku Batman, I'm good.
Yeah.
We got DC KO tie-in with Superman. This is written by Josh Williamson, art by Eddie Burrows and Eber Ferreira, colors by Alejandro Sanchez. So Superman does what Superman does. Goes and meets like, yo, Dad. Yo, Crystal Dad. What this be? Crystal Dad. I don't know. I'm a computer program. Goes to Superman. Goes to the new LexCorp, which is still technically Supercorp. Yo, we're building arcs. Meanwhile, Lois. Hey, Crystal father-in-law. What up? And then she breaks the program, and then Laura comes out and is like, all right, look. Jor-El's kind of just thing. I actually was a research archiver. I know this.
I'm still laughing about the Crystal Dad. I'm sorry. That's going to be in my head for a second.
Crystal mom-in-law. Spill the beans. Crystal mom-in-law. Sure. And then all of a sudden, Superboy Prime comes crashing in, and then she's followed by Darkseid Legionnaire Sun Woman.
Hey, Bama.
And then Superwoman gets to come back.
Oh man, but yeah, that does. Yeah, the fact that he gets she in Superboy out of nowhere, just like, so you blasted her with sun rays and basically re-triggered her abilities. Nice. Interesting issue. I will say that for it to lead into the DCKO. But yeah, it was good. It was a good one.
I just love that Lois is through. Lois being Lois breaks the system and activates mother-in-law mode.
That was funny.
It's like, look, I love my husband, but he just didn't do too much in history. He's a scientist. Girl talk. I know what's up. Here's the download. Here's the download.
It was almost like it was almost like a rage quit without the rage. Like, I'm just gonna break the program so the real program can show up. But either way, good issue.
Yep. Moving over into Marvel, we got Radioactive Spider-Man. This is written by Joe Kelly, art by Kev Walker, colors by Chris Sotomayor. Things have not been good, Pete, in the bizarre alternate future that is the Age of Revelation. His healing factor is trying its hardest to take on the X virus that is attempting to kill him. So the more radioactive he becomes, the better it fights his virus. But as a result, mutant appendages. He's also, I guess, every one of his friends are dead.
Yeah.
He's hooked up with Celia Reyes from, if you remember the New Mutants movie.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor there, they're now a couple. He's just like trying to be Pete in this kind of awful world. Also, somehow one of Pete's relatives is still alive and possibly a mutant.
I had to give another issue. This one kind of felt a little on the weird
It
side.
was
I know
good until that reveal.
it was. I will give another issue. It's a weird one for me. I will say that.
I said it wasn't bad until that reveal.
It can't be any worse than Mary Jane being Venom.
No, that one kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things. This one doesn't.
Is this what he thought was going to happen to him in the animated series when he went to go see the X-Men?
Yes.
Almost. But it also turns out Aunt May is also a mutant.
Mm-hmm. Which again, that's where it just of all the things.
Yeah, that was the weird. That was the curveball at the end of the issue. It's like, yeah. Okay.
It almost was unnecessary, but that's just my opinion.
No, you're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on over to Spidey's, we got Miles number 39. This is written by Cody Ziegler, art by Luigi Zagaria, colors by Brian Valencia. This is the finale for Thick as Thieves. Everyone gets to take on Black Obsidian.
Mm-hmm.
And this also has fallout from Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. So Miles gets hit on, has to stumble for the fact that he has a girlfriend.
Yeah. He's like, oh, that's cute. It's like, I was like, how do you get Scott? How does Black Cat seem to scold every Spider-Man? It's like, oh, that's why. No wonder you and your predecessor have so much in common. Y'all both flounder.
Yep. Just a solid issue all around. I like Misty doing some stuff. Black Obsidian's hilarious. I love the fact that he calls me. I was like, Carl is a legitimate name.
Mm-hmm. Although Misty Knight's still being funny, I got taken got saved by the spirit animal. Was like, you startle me again, I'll have a new coat. I was like, dang.
Oh no, my favorite thing is where it's like, did you just get hit by Obsidian? Did you just get beat by Obsidian Black? You shut the hell up.
Pretty much. It's like, you want to lose your job, intern? Sorry, ma'am.
I hope Misty makes some kind of comeback with these revivals that we are getting and all these characters coming back.
She's a mainstay character in the Miles book.
Yeah.
I believe what I'm saying. Live action though, that girl was Misty Knight, and I just feel bad.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Claire was great for getting the Defenders together, but if she doesn't come back, I don't blame her. I don't think they have much for a character to do. But I low-key felt like they needed an excuse for her and Luke to get together anyway. So
I'm just saying, Born Again with Daredevil should have a lot of reveals.
Because Misty Knight fighting Kingpin's issues from the inside was also an angle we could use.
Yep. So it should be there, but yeah, I'm with you. Misty Knight should be making an appearance in the MCU again because, yeah, she's actually a tie-in with a lot of stories. But I digress.
Yep. Oh, we got Ultimate Spider-Man 22. We only got 2 more issues. This kind of sucks.
And I don't even think
they actually said it was not because Jonathan Hickman wants to end the Ultimate Universe. Marvel is just forcing them to end the Ultimate Universe.
Yeah. For no reason, but go ahead.
I guess they were tired of Ultimate Spider-Man beating the shit out of their main book.
Well, their main book was, you know what? Let me shut up. Go ahead.
Well, the main book is okay, is a solid read now, but it was not a while ago.
Compared to Ultimate? I'm just saying, compared to Ultimate, that's like night and day, but I digress.
I guess too many people are going, see what happens when they're married? See what happens when Peter gets to be an adult and have kids?
And not always find himself in a psychological state 98% of the time.
So this one, everybody, all of Pete's family is living in the Subterranea. Otto has surprisingly also become Superior Spider-Man, which is interesting. and really doesn't like soy sauce.
At all.
What's his name?
Which one?
Not Norman. Harry. Harry is coping his best with the potential death of his wife, to his knowledge, but I don't think that's going to stick.
Right.
And we're just getting ready to go into the final end game where Pete and Harry are going to be taking on Kingpin and Mr. Negative.
But it was still a solid issue. But the whole thing with him and his wife, and kind of following I'm not gonna say a specter, but it's almost like a shadow of her. It's like, okay, makes me think that there's something going on there. But no, it was a solid issue.
Yeah. Power Rangers Halloween Special. This is written by a lot of people and drawn by a lot of people. Please read here. Putty, for your thoughts. What if Putty could think and speak?
That's creepy.
Yep. Terror Toad's Trick or Treat Forever. Adorable artwork. Terror Toad comes back with a neck brace so he can't be hurt from his weakness. That's pretty cool. Pumpkin to sing about. Fun. Candy Cornered. Interesting. Oh no, this was just fun. This was just a fun issue.
Yeah.
Nothing groundbreaking, nothing shattering. As long as it's not the main 616. Yes, Peter can be happy and be married and have children.
Pretty much. But no, that Power Rangers Halloween Special, like I said, it was a fun read.
Yep. And specifically for Tafari, we got Sonic the Hedgehog Chaotix 30th Anniversary one-shot. Written story by Daniel Barnes. Pencils by Tracy Yardley. Muro Francica, Ryan Jopley, and Minho Kim. Colors by Reggie Daniel. This is a museum heist told by different perspectives of the Chaotix members through different art styles. Vector, for whatever reason, chose Sin City, which in some of this, in the grand scheme of things, made it really hard to see.
Yep.
SPO chose manga style, and Charmy, for whatever reason, kind of look at that one episode of Bluey where it's the kids' doodle drawings.
that tracks for Charmy.
And it's just a general heist thing. Someone's trying to steal like certain priceless heirlooms. It's a ninja thief who may or may not be one of the staff members of the thing, and everyone, Vector just comes off as far more perceptive as when he usually. Well, Vector actually is a very competent detective. It's just he's constantly having to look under of all things Charmy.
Right.
Yeah.
But like everyone just like dismisses Vector, and no, Vector's actually fairly competent, despite his fairly competent in this issue. Great choice of different artworks. I wished we didn't use Sin City for Vector because that made it really hard to read a little bit. Sonic is there, so is Amy, but this is mostly just about the Chaotix because this is their 30th anniversary. I am surprised because are we missing one of the Chaotix?
No,
I think Armadillo dude.
I think Bean got like taken out of this once they moved on to what was it, Sonic Heroes, and this became the official team Chaotix. Because I know like Knuckles Chaotix was a thing early in the I want to say in the 90s.
Yeah.
But then they never used that team. So then Sonic Heroes came in with like a new established groups and ages of everybody.
But they did have an armadillo, didn't they?
Let me see. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I want to say his name was Bean.
Because didn't he come out recently with that squirrel character and Sonic Mania as new characters?
I believe one of them was a Chaotix character. Let me see. It was Mighty the Armadillo. That's who it is.
Okay.
Mighty
and then
the Armadillo. I just cannot remember the name, but yeah, it's Mighty was one of the original Chaotix.
Yeah, I think Mighty might still either be back in their Green Hill area on Mobius or doing whatever. I know that they brought Mighty back for Sonic Mania, but that was because it's kind of a glorified fan project, so somebody who actually remembers they exist.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Sonic the Fighters, and
Yeah,
most
because
that
it was
roster is just
Mighty Armadillo and then that squirrel. Glide the squirrel, I think.
Wait, Clive the squirrel? Or are you talking about Sally?
No. He was like a flying squirrel. I think his name was Glide.
Hold on, let me see who we
I
are.
could be wrong, but I know it's a flying squirrel.
Now that's
Ray the flying squirrel.
Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he was in. I know they brought him back in Sonic Mania. I didn't remember where he was from. I thought he might have been an original character for that. I know they used him in the new cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But it's I know they brought a lot of fan favorites back for Mania because they're just like, hey, y'all still have people have forgotten about. So, but for Chaotix, it was just those five. It was Knuckles, Charmy, Vector, Espio, and Mighty. So
Okay.
I don't know where Ray fits into the timeline or what his original purpose was, but I think Ray was never really on a team.
Gotcha. Okay, but it was still a good issue though. So I will say that because I had to remind myself of Chaos. I kind of forgot about it myself. But yeah, overall it was a good issue.
That's all the comics. They were all good reads. Especially the Chaotix one. The Chaotix and Green Lantern were my favorite this week.
I'm just trying to figure out. Apparently, is there anything that mentions Vector and Vanilla in this alleged relationship that they apparently have that a bunch of the diehard fans are telling me is a thing?
In the comic. Yeah, it's actually in the comic that it's just I think they're supposed to be secretly dating.
Okay.
But they're really bad at keeping the secret. The only one that's oblivious is Cream.
It's just funny in Cross Worlds, there's a dialogue where if they are rivals, it's I think my mom would be real happy if I won. I'm like, what the hell was that supposed to mean? So I've heard that it hasn't been stated, but it is heavily implied.
Nice. Well, but with that being said, guys, we are going to go ahead and call it a wrap on this one. So as we usually do at the end of the show, we always want to thank you guys for liking, for watching, for letting people know this is live. We certainly appreciate that from the bottom of our hearts. But I'm going to start with the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who will be at Sonic Expo as a content creator. The man has too many names and titles to list, so I'm just going to say Tafari. I want to let people know what you're doing, where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, I'm debating on streaming tomorrow because tomorrow will be the 20th anniversary of Call of Duty 2, and story is a lot of fun. I think it's a 5-hour game. Went through Kingdom Hearts 2.8 today. I'm working on a new skit for Monday, hopefully, so I'm going to try to get that done before we have to fly down to Florida on Wednesday. So I'm going to try to get the crunch really starts now to try to get a lot of stuff done in advance. Sonic Expo, which will be the 7th through the 9th. It'll be me and a bunch of other diehard Hedgehog fans will be there as well. Working on a post tomorrow. Actually, Monday I think will be the last of the spooky season streams because we'll be finishing up the Telltale Batman series. We've literally burned through everything else this month, and then vacation somewhat, and then we're taking a bit of a break. Left enough of a catalog for y'all to go through. Have fun with that. Tomorrow actually makes a year of the walk and talk stream, so I'm working on trying to put something together for that by the morning. Other than that, yeah, check me out on the socials. I am everywhere that social media can be found. Try to put long form content in shorts almost every other day, so stick around. I'm usually doing something.
All right, sweet. Also, the hardest working man this side of healthcare, and if not, you can definitely find him at Middle Tennessee Gaming for all your gaming and TCG top needs. Joe, we'll let people know what you're up to and where they can find you, sir.
Loading. Give me a moment. So I'll be at Panda Fest for a little bit tomorrow. I will be back at Middle Tennessee Gaming, as always. Currently learning Flesh and Blood, the TCG, which is very, very fun. Learning Grand Archive, also very fun. Still playing Cardfight Vanguard. Premium's getting ready to happen. Not my favorite format, but I will run amok with giant armored dinosaurs, as I usually do. From there, just streaming Digimon like you would not believe. I'm on chapter 12. I am now able to get ultimates. Unsurprisingly, I have the majority of the ultimates from Digimon Data Squad, which is my favorite era of Digimon. Because the best thing about a Greymon is when he has a massive revolver for an arm.
Nice.
Other than that, just streaming, playing other games right now, chilling, cooking, doing stuff with Middle Tennessee API. Please go donate to them. They are a wonderful API advocacy group and community building group for the API community in the Nashville area, Murfreesboro, and Clarksville, especially in this time of need right now. We really need all the help we can get. Work. I'm at work. Do not come see me at work. I work in a hospital. I do not want to see you there.
Yeah.
Even if you're a fan that really wants to see me, first off, I will question why you're a fan and want to see me there. I may or may not be at what's it called? Music City Multicon in 2 weeks.
Oh, right.
I may or may not be there. That's only because I really just don't want to drive to Lebanon for cons anymore.
Oh, that's right. That is coming up too. Damn.
Yep. You will be able to see me at Games Junction next weekend up in Louisville. I will be there with Middle Tennessee Gaming. I will be demoing games. I will probably be demoing Card Fight, Flesh and Blood, and Digimon. Other than that, I think that's it. I'm just streaming Digimon a whole bunch right now. That's what's going on.
All right.
I don't know why that one video had over 400 views and everything else has been like in the 10s and 20s. It's all the same tags.
It's strange. I had my Sonic Unleashed was the same thing. The first episode, great. Literally copy and paste for the last two, fraction of that.
Yep.
That's not even a fraction. I think mine constitutes as a sliver.
Damn. Well, before I do get to myself, do want to do shameless plugging. Shout out to APR TV. Why? Because the Get Bit podcast can be seen there along with other shows. You can definitely catch out APR TV on the Roku channel app or Amazon Fire TV. Definitely check them out on other shows. You will not be disappointed. Also, BlurStation.com. The reason why I'm bringing that up, guys, is because the Unmuted series that we do have. So if you are a voice actor with experience, without experience, or just want to see how it's done, and if you want to become one yourself, please check out BlurStation.com. Check out the IG page for Blur Station as the Unmuted podcast. The Unmuted episode will go live at 6 p.m. on the IG page for Blur Station. Definitely check them out. Also, check out BlurStation.com because, again, content for us, by us, for us to enjoy. $10.99 a month to stream Blur Station. Simply log in, join now, and you will not be disappointed there. Also, follow us on YouTube at the Give It Podcast, literally the GB Podcast. If you type that in the search bar, our lovely page does come up. Please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button. Anytime that we do go live, you will definitely be notified of it, as we will start doing a lot more episodes, a lot more reviews and shorts and things of that nature. But definitely check us out and definitely be notified when we do go live. We would certainly appreciate that. Also, my other show, How the Frack We Got Here, which I do cover the news of the week. Literally, How the Frack We Got Here podcast. Also, like, share, and subscribe that way as well. If you do like to be informed and you don't want the BS that usually comes to the media, we simply give you the facts and nothing but the facts. We would appreciate it. Outside of that, guys, Black_Spartan615 is my personal IG page. You can definitely like and follow me there. I usually talk to everybody. Just don't make it weird. I don't want to have to get in the whole habit of blocking people. I would certainly appreciate if you don't do that. Also, at the same time, our podcast can be found on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, on Google Podcasts. So wherever you get your podcasts, whether audio or visually from, you can definitely find us at the GB Podcast. And again, if you like and share and follow us there, we would appreciate it because none of this can be done without you. At the same time, guys, it is the weekend. We understand it's been a long-ass week. You want to unwind. You want to go out and party. I completely understand it. The only thing that we do ask here, guys, please make smart decisions. It's not worth it. You know, as the old saying goes, the only thing open after midnight is Waffle House and you fill in the blank. So again, guys, we want everybody to have fun, but also go home. Nobody wants to be in jail over the weekend. At the same time, guys, please protect your peace, protect your strength, check on your friends, call or text, go outside, enjoy the weather, because right now winter is coming and I can't freaking wait. But yeah, just go out, distract yourself from the world, because the world is still going to be there, but at least have some fun. Be peaceful, find your peace, things of that nature. Rules still do apply, guys, when it comes to cons, as we just recently talked about. Number one, respect the cosplayer at all times. Cosplay is not consent. Please treat people like human beings. It's not that freaking hard. Number two, wash your ass. Clean clothes, deodorant, soap is still available. We talked about this on Blurred's Eye View. There's Coast, there's Ivory, there's Irish Spring. There are so many places. There are so many soaps out there that are under $2 that you can literally get, because native deodorant and Ox body spray are not good replacements for good old washing. And thank you, Bama, for Dr. Squatch as well. And finally, the third rule that I have for myself, that I have for everybody else. In this world, guys, it is better to be nice, to be kind, talk, share, and discuss your fandoms. Don't be a dick, and you won't get jumped. At the same time, we'll all be cool. But that being said, guys, as we do wrap this up, next week is Halloween. We will not be live next week. We will actually have a rerun because it's Halloween. That being said, that it is Halloween, guys, again, have fun, be safe out there, because Halloween is just a nice old time to dress up and get free candy. And we all know which spots have the best candy. Also, shout out to my wife, Kelly, for a happy belated birthday. It was actually last weekend. Life was life, and so we didn't really get to celebrate the way I wanted to. So happy birthday, honey. And, thank you for saying yes to marrying me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, happy birthday, Kelly.
So with also that being said, guys, again, like I said, we won't be live next week for Halloween, but the week after that, we will come back at the same Get Bit time, same Get Bit channel. And again, like I said, go out, have fun. Oh, I also forgot, stream-wise, I will be starting Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden 4 will actually start tonight. Ghost of Yotai will actually be starting tomorrow. I completely forgot that. Also, check me out, Black_Spartan, on Twitch as well as YouTube, because they'll be streaming from there. But any last words, guys, before we call it a night, as Joe has already dropped off?
Did he? Damn, Joe?
I don't know if Joe dropped off or his signal. No, he's back. He's back.
I was saying mine is luckily holding on.
There he is.
This page is loading, but the thunderstorm outside, I haven't been able to load any other page.
Okay.
So the second this show ends, it might go kaput completely. But
gotcha.
Mine just completely crashed.
But yeah, any last words we call tonight, guys?
Hey man, play a game, kick your feet up. That too.
Yes, John Walker still is not getting a redemption arc, as is the rules on this show. But yeah, with that being said, I've been Spartan, he's been Tafara, he's been Joe. This has been the Give Me Podcast for tonight, guys. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and I promise we will get through this. Live long and prosper, guys. We are out. Peace.